this is directly to YouTube, so I won't really be able to, directly to YouTube, so I won't be able to edit, so I'm sorry if it's boring and long, but this is a demonstration of my sewing skills. I went to talk to somebody about a job today as a seamstress. He didn't believe that I could. In fact, he seemed to think that I was younger than I am. I'm 22 years old. I've been sewing for a number of years. Actually, right now I'm thinking who it is in my head who taught me. She spent a lot of time teaching me, and I'm glad that she did. Okay. So this is a demonstration of basic sewing capabilities in the next few days. Tomorrow I have to stay home and make some phone calls and job hunt from home. I have to call them at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I may or may not upload this tonight. Actually, that's probably a good idea to do so. This is a demonstration of my capabilities. My name is, well, you guys can call me Luna. Yeah. I went down there for that job. Yeah. They sent me to another store. The person that had identified themselves as the manager last time wasn't the manager. I got sent down to another store who's hiring. They may or may not call me. Either way, I will find a way, to go down there and check. Not that I want to be bothersome or anything, but I need a job. Every single time I walk out my door, I'm afraid to run into somebody that saw me go nuts on Facebook. Yeah, I went nuts. Like, really crazy nuts. And then I met this kid today. Meeting them, I realize why people think I'm crazy whenever they first meet me. I mean, this kid had actual holes in their story, but I mean, the military, 4 years, 20 years old, you'd have to be 16, not 17. And last time I checked, I think it was like 17 and a half or 18 that they allow it. And that's only if you've been in ROTC. I mean, this kid, yeah, they were, I don't know, it like induced some weird motherly instinct in me. I kept on telling him, don't go with strangers, and all that fun stuff. They just, and it didn't help that they have similar features to my brother whenever he was a kid, so yeah. Yeah. Yep. I was worried about him. And it was a she. They had a lot of, like, really wild stories. Some of them I could believe because I've been through a lot of crap myself. Some of them, like the 16 thing, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Unless I hear otherwise, from someone who's, I know, has been in the military. Anyway, to the sewing capabilities. The guy at the store actually did run a test with me, just to see if I could, do it. This machine, it was new and strange to me, and it took a lot more than my little thing right here does. This is my, this is a brother's. Yeah, it made my machine look, like, incapable, and I can understand why after using that, he prefers himself to use that and not, homies. You can feel the power into that thing. Anyway, to the sewing! Okay. While I was pregnant, I actually cut this apart. So basically, all I'm going to do is sew it back together. As for the other stuff, I have to make a pattern, and I will be making something, but there's certain things that I want to make sure that I'm doing right, so I gotta look them up. No, I'm not going to just sit here and show you all of that, because that would be boring and wrong, and... Okay. I'm actually applying to do sleeve altering. I don't have anything that needs sleeves altered, but generally whenever I alter my own clothes anymore, I don't really sew it. This guy didn't even seem to believe, you know, that I knew, you know, how to sew. He was just glad that I could control the machine. And he's like showing me how, and yeah, I know how. The problem is it's a new machine, and you just don't take off with the new machine. Yeah, I know you guys probably can't see what I'm doing, okay. Well, you can't turn off the light. Not that I can remember. There's gotta be a way. Nope, I'm not messing with anything. Okay, my favorite stitch to use is actually the, zigzag. I'm not doing anything fancy. And yes, I'll put it closer in a minute. And it's not really measured. But the test that this guy had me do, I was infinitely glad for all those times where Diana, the lady that taught me, yeah, I was infinitely glad that, all those times that she said, hey, you need to use the pins. And then she just let me goof off. I was infinitely glad for that. Because this guy had me doing this and I'm thinking, wait, where are the pins? What if I, you know, don't keep the material together? And I was like, not just worried about showing. I didn't know that he was just running the test so that I could do the machine. I was like, oh my god. What if I screw up the seam? It turned out it was, not. And I'm just like, well, I can thread my own machine. Just teach me how to thread this and I'm fine. All you have to do is really just show me once. It's a new machine. And with all due respect, it's not like my brother in fixing cars where every car has all these weird parts. It's not like I'm fixing it. Sorry. I'm waiting for my allergies to calm down. I was outside. I just got back, so now I'm like, yay! Okay, shutting up now. Okay, not shutting up now. Okay, the cut is not even, and really Literally all I'm doing is putting it back together. Strength is not important here. I will be showing my other skills, which apparently being able to control a sewing machine is a skill. I didn't know that. To me, it was just, part of it. They're talking about alterations like they're hard. I need to go get out that dress that I made all those years ago. I feel old. And I kept on getting asked today, you're over 18, right? I need to oil my machine, but wasn't able to do it earlier. Let's see. Wasn't able to afford the oil. I've used every penny I had to get the materials to show this in hopes that at least, if I don't get a job at this place, I can get a job somewhere else, because I was taught very well. I can design my own clothes and then alter them later. That was a bitch. I will tell you this. Sewing little tiny teardrop thingies into the back of the dress, yeah, after you've already made the damn thing, altering it is a bitch. You have to make facings and all this. Oh. My ex-roommate had actually taken my sewing needles, so I didn't even have any until today. I've used everything that I have left for this. So, yeah. Okay. If nothing else, I can always, say, okay, people, I will repair your clothing, just no jeans. I don't have any needles that are strong enough. I can't even hem my jeans because of it, so I got used to it, destroying the bottom of my pants, and to be perfectly honest, I'm comfortable with that now. So that's why I don't hem my pants anymore, even though I'm short and they drag. One of the most simplest skills in sewing. This guy was telling me he had people that have been doing sleeves for 40 years, and I'm like, oh my god, Because the first thing that you're thinking whenever somebody tells you that isn't, oh, how nice. It's, oh no. First thought that goes through your head isn't, oh my god, I can so do it better than them. It's, oh my god. And I just realized that I also had to cut the mesh. See, this dress is an old dress. I don't even use it as a dress anymore. It's a nightgown now. Or shirt. Okay, for this, we're turning it inside out. Okay, this is mesh. Yeah, I'm using blue thread. The dial is on 2, which for those of you that don't know is actually a zigzag. A really tight zigzag, but it makes really strong stitches. Which is why I'm not really worried. I've had this thing long enough, and it's a nightgown now. I've had it for too long to, you know. Basically, nobody's going to see it, and it's not important. Okay, it is important, but I don't have enough give yet to use that much material in it. I haven't lost enough weight from having the kids. So, yeah. Okay, going back to this. You do have to be really careful to match up your material, right? Basic sewing, for those of you that are crappy at it, or, you know, just want to learn or don't know how or whatever, do not pull on the material as you're putting it through. Hold it and let it guide. Just make sure you know. If this were anything else, I would probably be using the needles, you know, the pins, just because, but I've had this for so long, and it's not a piece of clothing, you know, that's really fancy or important. I just, basically I'm being lazy. There you go. By the way, whenever he did set me up, whenever the guy set me up, he was saying, oh, we'll have you do a trial, and I'm like, what? Because apparently, you know, understanding the basic concept of sleeve altering, you know, taking it up, is, you have to memorize how it looks beforehand, and then you have to, you know, take it up, and you have to put everything back. It's just further up the sleeve. And he's showing me, I think it was like this $500 suit or something, and I'm like, oh my god. Please don't tell me he's gonna have me test on one of these. Common sense, of course, no. Especially with the apparent number of people that come in and lie to him. He doesn't even believe that I know how to do hemming. Hello, I've had this sewing machine since I was a long time. Before that I used a different one. I've still got glitter on my face. Lovely. neighbor sprayed. Traps don't work. Blocking off the drains doesn't work. They just find another way out from under the sink. I think there's like a hole in the piping somewhere. I mean, sure, poison works until more crawl up. And then you gotta poison them again and pray that they're not immune. Sorry, I'm a bit upset about that. See, you can tell whenever your neighbors spray because you get a sudden influx. They all run over to you. I mean, and I sprayed shortly beforehand. Yeah. So, you know, there are some places that they're not. It's just impossible to get every nook and cranny. Sorry. It's embarrassing. My apartment's clean, but I have a bug problem. It's been clean for months. People have been in here to see it. They will say it's clean. It's been clean. I wash my dishes after I take them out of the cabinets. I have to rinse them off and make sure, you know, because I know that bugs carry germs and I don't. It's ridiculous. And I can also tell you that in the next couple of days, it's gonna go down. Because whoever is dirty enough to be attracting these things, it's gonna go back to them. From what I've been told, every apartment in my complex, well, according to the managers, every apartment in this complex has a problem with them coming out through the drains. I've asked if they've called the city before. I was told yeah. Somehow I don't believe that. But yeah. Breathing deep. This place needs a new carpet. I've been told that several times too. Not by the managers, mind you. From what I've been able to gather, you know, a lot of places, whenever people move out now, they're taking out the carpets completely. So, one time I asked them, why can't you do that in my apartment? And they wouldn't answer. So yeah, whenever I manage to get enough money, I need to find, but I can't. Anyway, showing skills with sewing machines, stop talking. Just note if you go too fast with my machine, the thread breaks, or you lose a needle, basically. Also happens if you sew something too thick. Yeah. Just letting you know. That's why I'm not going any faster. In this thing, it just looks like any of the other, weird lines. Right here. Let's see. Here you go. Hopefully you can see it. I think I used the right here you go. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if... I don't know if I put that dress in a readily available. I think I was a freshman, junior, or something. Freshman, sophomore. Whenever I first made this. Horrible picking material. It's a double tie here. It's meant to do that. After you tie it, here we go. Attention to detail, of course, the little tiny buttons that you probably can't see. I can't wear this anymore. I kinda grew around the boobs. It would fit around the rest, it's just... yeah. That's an obstacle with me in clothes. I had kids. I could wear this until shortly before that. So yeah, I made this dress. It was made with sparkly material and buttons. Buttons is something I don't know how to do by machine. My machine has never done it. It's supposed to be able to, but it can't. I can do zippers, and this guy's rattling on this machine, they didn't know how to do zippers, and I'm thinking, they're not easy. That's not something I've ever found easy, but I can do it. Definitely not my specialty. I've broken more than one needle on my machine trying to sew a zipper. Especially since it's got this special hookup for zippers and I don't know how to use it, so I've never used it, so I just... yeah. And I've been trying to reupholster my couch without the appropriate needles. I was gonna get them today, but I didn't have enough. I had to put it back. It was humiliating. Yep. So there are areas I'm probably not going to be able to do until I can manage to get a curved needle. Yeah, because that's done by hand, not machine. That's not an easy task to do either. Okay. I've got some other projects that I was working on too. That because I didn't have these nifty little things, I was trying to do it by hand. Hand sewing? Well, good at it. I just don't like to. And it hurts my fingers. But, I can't wear the things. The thimbles, so... I can't sew with thimbles. Can't do it. So, yeah. I'm going to be making a pattern for a corset. Here is something called lace. Yes, this was expensive. This is what I'm going to use to tie the corset. Okay. I have two materials. Just to prove that I have this in the raw. I'm thinking red, to be perfectly honest. If I've got the material left over, I was also thinking about, just making it one of those weird ones, that you can turn inside out. Yay, tie! And then both colors, any material left over. I'm planning on using it to make my kids something. But this is a general show of skill. And I'm hoping that, somebody will say that they want me to make something, or somebody will hire me to sew stuff. There are certain things that I'm like, oh my god, he wants me. Altering sleeves, a lot of sleeves have buttons on them. And these are buttons that I have no way. How the hell? Okay, those buttons that... Let me show you. On this dress, see this button? No holes in it. It's got this little spot in the back. Kinda jingles. And you got these. I know machines can do these. I don't know how. I've never done it. I've always done it by hand. There are times whenever it's a pain in the ass. But I do a good job. As for the button that kinda jiggles and was in the middle, and I'm like, how the hell I do not see how you can use a machine to do that. Just sewing machine. Well, anyway, long ass video. Showed you the materials that I plan on using. I need to go do my homework now. And make sure that I'm making this pattern the right way. This would be an interesting corset, that's for sure. First though, I have to look up how to make a bra. Because, no offense, I have big boobs. Big-breasted women, they don't make a lot of bras, you know, that aren't gaudy, and basically you can't wear it under a corset. So the plan is to basically make the corset with an inbuilt bra. And since I'm making it for myself, I also have to check my own measurements. It's harder to make something for yourself than it is for someone else, because on someone else you can just have them stand there and you can kind of, you know, sew around them. Or measure, you know, double check. Yeah, I can't do that. On the plus side, I can do measurements on myself that aren't awkward on me, you know, just doing it on myself. They're awkward doing it on someone else. So yeah, I hope I get this job. I need a job at this point, any job at this point. I will scrub someone's toilets. Not that I wouldn't have done that before. Actually, admittedly, I'm not sure what's worse to me. The toilet? Or basically stripping my shirt off and, I don't know, working topless. Neither are preferable, but I would definitely take the toilet scrubbing. Yeah. Terrified of the topless thing. Obviously, I've been guilty quite a few times of looking at my toilet and saying, mm-mm. But, on the other hand, it's clean. I do keep it clean. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. Just explaining. It's okay to procrastinate cleaning it if it's already clean. Oh my god. Okay, bye.